and welcome PocketWatch here, and it's our time for another episode of the irae. So let's continue and see how our battles will unveil, like who will win, who will lose. Is Rusauka going to win against Machina? No, I don't think like she's had a shot of winning this, but she had a pretty good chance of surviving, maybe, probably, hopefully. Anyway, let's just continue. And let's see, I don't have like much to talk about, so yeah, let's just go. Usaga furrowed her brows at the deafening explosion going off in the distance and the heat wave that followed. Yeah. The deadly explosion was no doubt caused by her giant cannon. No living being could survive a blast from that thing, which meant that Rusauka's companions was most likely in the mortal peril. Ah, so she's not aware of Divine Vessel. Never mind. The main concern was that Lisa might upset the Crimson Knightess to the point where her wrathful cannon shots would reach all the way to the arena and end up blasting her in the process. Okay, I mean, she will probably have that kind of firepower. If she didn't already have her hands full. Wow, that's very nice, TJ, I like it. There was a certain hint of pain and exhaustion in her voice. Her creation treatment was all about immobilizing her opponents, binding everything it touched in place without exception, and most certainly affected her current opponent as well. Okay, so she actually managed to bind him, but probably like very weak because of the amount of souls he has, or just like punch through this, you know? Yeah, I always thought like Rusauka's second hand is like behind her back, but she actually had it on her thigh. I just realized. Do you realize that? On that CG? As proof of that, Machina moved not a single step from the center of the arena where the shadow first cut him. At the same time, however, that was all Rusauka could do. Oh. Under normal circumstances, she had countless means to devour whatever ended up trapped in her web. She could drown her victims into the sea of the ferocious shadows, or simply use one of her instruments of torture to end them. That should have been easy for her to do. Okay, so basically her whole focus is just like, yep, keep this guy in place. I have no power to spare for like attacking or defending or anything. I just can hold him. That's it. Well, that's predicament, because this is the Battle of Attrition then. And she have she has way less souls than Machina, so... Or at least like not the same quality. Because she's been longer around than Machina, so she should possess more souls, if you think about this, right? Like, even though Machina was like created from like battles of arena in the arena and stuff, he still should have like less souls than Rusauka, I think. But she have like way better quality of souls, I think, right? You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But I think like Rusauka been so long around that she should have like more souls, basically. That should be easy for her to do. Yet the power that was once enough to stop an entire battalion in place could now barely halt the step of a single man. As a result, unable to weaken her concentration for even a split second, Rusauka herself was rendered immobile. The situation reminded her of an endless game of tug of war. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's like, you think you can hold me? I'm just playing with you. Okay. For a moment she thought she had misheard something. When putting aside the fact that Rusauka hadn't heard them directly addressing her before, The contents of his utterance was beyond puzzling.
幻聴かしら。なんだって？
お前はなぜこんなところにいるのかと聞いている。
なぜって。
Apparently, Rusauka did not mishear him. Why was she here? The bastards swallowed her in the cursed place themselves. Though she figured the man was asking about something else entirely.
まさか同士討ちを煽ったのが気に入らないわけ？
いや、だが少々下船。
Okay.
お前は盛しい性分だ。欲望よりも保身に走る。ベイなら不思議なことでもないが。
I mean, she figured out that they cannot win against Reinhardt. So her only means of survival is to... She is like playing to survive. If like she would not make this like part to fight him, then she would like perish because nobody can beat Reinhardt. So that's logical choice for her for like this is the best option for her to survive basically, if you think about this.
そうかしら。私結構周りをいじるのが好きなたちよ。
今の立場も含めてか。
The sheer pressure of Machina voice made Rusauka take a step back. Although the man was still bound in her shadow, she was not foolish enough to get distracted by the conversation. Though that was most likely not the somber night goal. He was merely curious, and that made it all more unnerving and all the harder to casually evade giving an answer.
っていうか、今のあなたの方が私にとっては驚きだったりするんだけど、意外に喋るじゃないマキナ卿。手足が動かないと口だけでも回したくなる？
聞いているのは俺だ。
Ooh, yeah. I'm not trapped with you, you are trapped with me, bitch. Kind of situation.
増年均とに情が湧いたなどということもありえまい。お前は己の都合でしか動かん人種だ。わからん。何か譲れぬものでも見出したか、思い出したか。大方の見当はつくが。
The next moment, the impossible happened.
多少の敬意を示してやった。貴様が昔のままなら。
Okay. So he really was like, yeah, I just handicap you, yeah, like, you cannot really stop me. Never mind. Machina took a step forward, despite having his legs shackled by the next error, and with that a crack ran across the entirety of Rusauka's spell, splitting her forehead open, painting it crimson. Oh shit, wait, so he can just punch a shadow probably and kill her, right? In this, if that's the situation. Rusauka put her everything into holding him in place, but to no avail. Rather, each of the man's slow steps would open a new wound on her body. Oh. Oh. Wait, so Rusauka? Oh, wait, Rusauka thing cannot like stop undead, basically. I mean, he's alive, but he's like half of his soul is basically Ren, so he's not entirely alive. If you think about this, like from like spirit perspective, I believe, right? Huh. Yeah, and this place is deeply connected to him as well. Okay, I see. Yeah, you will die when I just walk towards you. Rusauka released her creation figment. At the same very time, an iron fist flew her way. The entire arena shook in the wake of a tremendous explosion. The row of seats where Rusauka used to stand mere moments before had been fruitfully obliterated. At this point, the man's fist exceeded the destructive power of the ballistic missile. But the true terror of this weapon lay somewhere completely else. Yeah. Rusauka could not let them touch her. His pair of fists were weapons that rendered all attempts of defense completely futile. When faced with the destructive power of Deus Ex Machina, all weapons, armor, and magic were frail and weak as paper. True.
そうだ。そうした方がいい。
Damn. Machina is such a badass. Machina slowly turns to Rusauka. The witch had waited his feast by the hair brief and deployed her Natsara at his feet. Okay, trying again. The somber knight joints creaked as he moved to the sluggishness of the tank, slowly turning color. Okay, yeah, so she can... So, my initial thoughts were kinda correct. Like, before we saw this fight. Like, she can stop him, but she can probably, like, stop him for a second or, like, really slow him down, you know? So my initial thoughts were actually kinda correct. I didn't thought, like, that would actually hurt her, but I guess that makes sense. Because it's her, like... Agnerberry, right?
安易な形成もやめておけ。自殺行為に等しい。
Yeah.
そんなこと言われなくても分かってるってば。
Rusauka had already suffered a near mortal wound by having her creation figment half-wrecked, and she might die for real if her Agnerberry was destroyed in this state. She had but one option available to her.
私こんなところで
Okay.
死ねない。
Are we going to see some kind of like weird secret power of Rusauka that we never saw before? What kind of ace you have? Her shadow was the first aberration of Anna Maria Schwagerin claimed following her downfall. It alone did not belong to the sorcery of the obsidian table. She received it not from the Mercury magician, but the mysterious man of shadows. It was her only hope to this duel. Wow. Wow. Okay, so we are going to lose Rusauka because she thinks that the guy she met before is not Mercurius. Oh god, I see where this is going. She's going to be... Oh no, how? Okay. She had pulled down and drowned thousands of souls within its confines, all for a single craving.
なんでここにいるのかって言ったよね。
She loved beautiful things. A spark of ephemeral moment enticed her. No, don't go. Don't leave her crawling upon the earth. She put all her strength into controlling Natserer, the flesh-eating shadow, not towards Machina. If she could only catch and swallow him...
怖かったのよ。置いていかれるのが。嫌だ。
That was why she would latch onto and pull down on the legs of those trying to soar the skies. She would be left behind in the dust. No one would wait for her, but she wouldn't take it anymore. Her husband abandoned her, the villagers imprisoned her, and then she met the man of shadows and ended up chasing after him for countless years. The only reason she had lived this long was because she felt it too miserable to simply wither away alone, abandoned by the world. And yet, life gave her nothing but misery, as she drifted farther and farther away from all she wished for.
私歩くの遅いのよ。
Okay. Nice. Everyone else was simply too fast.
追いつけないなら止めてやろうってそう思ったのよ。文句ある？
Rahimura wished for the obsidian table to tear itself apart from the inside, all in order to protect her and Fuji.
私以外みんな止まるように手伝っただけ。
Osaka thought to keep both the swastika and the conjuration of immortality all to herself. She would live long enough so that neither the people from the past nor those from the future could ever leave her behind again. Okay. She would not die. She did not want to die. She wished to become a brilliant light, its radiance admired by all. She craved for an eternity of ephemeral love. Aww. We need Mari.
だから私はこんなところで。
Osaka screaming gushed from the very bottom of her soul. Its somber night of iron
くだらん。
simply met it with another of his punches. Osaka's shadow shattered, its pieces disappearing into nothingness. Fuck. Are we really going to lose Rusauka like that? I mean... I expected one shot, but oh my god. Why? And with that, there was nothing more for her to do. It only had been a dozen or so seconds since Machina switched to the offensive. Yet the battle was already over. The difference between the power of the two had been overwhelming.
置いていかれるのはいつの世も死ぬべき時に死ねぬものだ。
Is that a new soundtrack?
死んだ者には追いつけん。お前の考えでは溝が余計に開くだけだ。
In the end, she could not find a single kindred spirit in this world. As she exceeded in age, even the members of the Obsidian Table, she failed to keep up with the tempo of their lives. She could neither laugh nor wallow in madness. All had been denied to her. Her pace was too slow. All the world radiance would slip through her fingers. And so, living longer than anyone else was all she could come up with. She had no idea what else she could have done. Maybe would have discovered something she had caught up with and gazed at the true face of the man of shadows. Yeah. So she never knew, so until the end she never got to know that that's actually been Mercurius. Also, maybe it's better, I mean it should be kinda like more devastated than she is right now if she learned the truth that that was Mercurius. Because she really thought like that was power from someone else. But the more time passed, the more she was left behind. Pain, sadness and loneliness without at her heart. She failed to catch up to grasp the ephemeral moment of her life.
自戒の衝動だ。お前がそれを自覚したとき、寿命が来ていたということだろう。マレウス。お前の行動は自殺志願者のそれと変わらない。
Wow.
羨ましいぞ。
Yeah, because he wants to die too.
できるな。
Man was betrayed no hint of sympathy or emotion, yet there was no mistaking it that he genuinely felt envious of the woman. So, because she kinda abandoned her craving, she can no longer keep like getting immortal basically. Because she like slowed down the aging like a lot because of her like magic, right? Because she said like it's like maximum like 300, and that's rarely like someone can like live that long anyway in the LDO. So her craving could really keep her going, huh? Surrounded by clouds of dust, Usoka fell to her knees with a sob. Why are you doing this to Rusauka? Wow, just a mercy kill, huh? Machina clenched his fists again. If there was no good thing about them, if there was one good thing about them, it was that they killed faster than one could feel pain. Machina.
ここは幸せなところなの？
さてな。
誰も私を置いていかない？
皆がハイドリヒの混沌になるのみだ。
そっか。
Wow.
なら私はそれでも。
Because you will be like on the same level of everyone else. So basically being one with Heritage basically means you catch up to everyone. That's one way to think about this. Holy shit. The man's somber feast fell upon Rusałka. Having a split second before it robbed her of her life.
だが、俺はこの世界の終わりを望む。
Yeah, we know. The witch that lived for 300 years could not help making a smile at the dryness of the Einherjar's remark. It had been a genuine smile, embroidered with nothing. The two were completely different, yet she felt almost like she was talking to him. Yeah, because see, yeah, this is it. This is like he reminds her of Ren because Ren is basically part of him. Wow. Unfortunately, her smile would never reach its true target, the man of the ephemeral moment. Why? Okay. Okay, back to Samuel. And some awesome soundtracks. Look at them at the Rusałka situation is so freaking sad. You cannot like make sad battle and then jump straight into the like some kind of like epic fire thing. You can't do this. How is this even legal? Fairy winds and dust killed the entirety of the space between them. An average man will have had his lungs scorched from within by the single breath of this searing air. Yet in the midst of this hellish place, there billowed a single wisp of smoke with almost surreal grace. Her blood-crimson hair fluttered in the wind like raining hellfire, and though half of her face had been horribly burned beyond recognition, the rest of it boasted undeniable feminine beauty. Seething passions mingled with the blood-curdling frigidity. The hideous meeting of the beautiful fire merging with ice, the terror instilling half demon, then addressed the two as flames of absolute zero raged all around her. Huh? What do you mean ice? I'm confused. You mean like her you mean like her personality that is ice? Or what? Like ice personality and fire powers? Or what? What do you mean? I'm confused. In the beautiful fire merging with ice, turning half demon addressed the two flames of absolute what? They were all about the extension of the castle, rendering an attempt of secret conversation meaningless. Yep. Eleanor narrowed her eyes at the two guests, smoke escaping her lips. Valeria Trifa used his body as a shield to protect his companion from the deadly flames. Smart, very good, like it, love it. Lisa Brenner glared at Eleanor behind Trifa's back. They both faced through battle, one of the Gold Emperor's guard, with unwavering conviction burning in their eyes. Yet Eleanor laughed the display off as the ridiculous face.
何でも構わんさ。貴様らがどういう狂気に侵されたかなど、私はただこの絵として、主に歯向かう海賊原を中陸するのみだろう。
If you think about this, there's possibility to like actually get past Samuel, because Trifa can just tank the attacks. Lisa just have to like stay low and let Trifa to basically guard her, right? So whatever Samuel is going to shoot at them, like Trifa can take it. Maybe not everything, because probably like Samuel further degree is going to just obliterate Lisa anyway. If you think about this, it's like too much AoE to like just cover with one body, I guess. Yeah.
見苦しい恥知らず。誓いの成婚を受けながら 黄金の偉大さも理解できんクズめろ。貴様らのようなガンは放置できん。後腐れなく切除してくれる。
Good luck with that. Despite the severity of her words, Eleanor tone remained gentle. If anything, she happily welcomed this outcome. Love, murder, friendship, respect, animosity. They all amount the same of the immortal, bloodthirsty Einherjar. Feeling was hardly different from offering a loving embrace to a friend. The luster of her tremendous soul, the warfen, even the raging heat waves, much like Machina. She was not a being mortals could defeat. The Battalion of Three was all part of Reinhardt. Thus the question was how to escape rather than how to prevail. How to distract her, how to buy more time. That is what Trip and Lisa should have concentrated on, but Eleanor allowed no room for tricks, even among the three Imperial Guards. She was the hardest to slip past. She liked the aloof nature of Machina, as well as the madness of Schreiber. Yeah, she's the most composed one. I mean, she's been in the military, come on. She's the only, like, of the three commanders that's actually been like, in actual military, if you think about this. Like, Schreiber is just, like, a rogue guy, and Machina is just... Actually, Machina being in military, if you think about this, but, like, part of him, like, from the past, basically, right? So he kinda been in military, but kinda not, and he... It's just, like, mix of bunch of people. Only ironclad loyalty bound her to her lord. There was no room for games of chaos in her heart. Therefore, if there was but one gap to be found in her armor, perfect armor, it would be the penchant for self-destruction, a concept that Reinhardt prioritized above all else. Huh. Yet?
これは少々厳しいですね。余計なことを言うものではなかった。今の私はあなたにとって代行ですらないということですか。
メッキの剥げ落ちた貴様ならばな。
Eleanor stated that like the obvious fact, but it was only then that Lisa came to see the abnormality ravaging the priest. Oh? Oh, he's cracking. Yeah. Okay, so he really cannot like keep his craving together. He cannot like keep his body, keep Reinhardt's body. I felt like he will be... Yeah, it's because he's wavered. He wavered with his craving. Because it's not like Reinhardt decided that, hey, I will like get back my body, because that would be over. Reinhardt still doesn't care, but he cannot like contain like his souls within the Divine Vessel anymore, because he don't want to be just merely Reinhardt. Okay. So Trifa is going to basically... Actually, it's the same principle. Wait, is it the same what happened with Rusauka? Rusauka craving wavered, and she became powerless. And similar thing is happening to Valeria. I wonder if like these cracks are not from him not able to contain his soul, but that somehow the Divine Vessel got weakened because of his craving? I don't know, like, I don't think like that would be the case, because that's like literally hate-rich body, but who knows, maybe. Cracks and fissures littered Trifa's exposed flesh. All present could understand what it meant. Yeah. This is bad. Well, shit. As Eleanor snapped her fingers, palpable contempt burning in her eyes. Trifa body shattered. Oh! Well, bye Trifa. Okay? Just like that. What? Huh? I feel like he can fight a little bit like that, or like do like self-sacrifice. Yeah, my body will be cracking, but I will protect you, and that's how he will like kind of redeem himself, I guess, right? No, she just like snapped fingers and he's just like gone. What the fuck? Rejection response. Trifa reached the limit before Eleanor attack could find him. His soul surged forth as the explosion scorched the priestly robes, that clad the now empty vessel. However, both Lisa and Leonor reacted in the peculiar fashion. The latter shuddered in a way and looked away from the glorious display of naked virility. The former made a self-scornful face, as if reminded of an old sin. The feigning silence fell upon the room for a few seconds. Wait. No, wait, hold on the fucking no. I just thought about something. Glorious display of naked. Former maid said, okay. I didn't thought about it before. About like Leban's children and Isaac. Reinhardt is like, I have no fucking idea who the father is. I'm very like confused why Trifa says this as well. He don't know who's the father. But technically, if you think about this, Reinhardt don't necessarily need to know who is the father, because Reinhardt's body is outside of his soul. Someone possessed his body, like Trifa. That's why I'm confused why Trifa doesn't know. Trifa, or like, okay, divine vessel, Reinhardt's body had just the divine vessel, had the kid with Lita. Basically, yeah. Isaac and Johan are from his nuts, yeah. But Reinhardt have no idea about that because he was not on the act. But it's still like from his body. Is that how this thing is supposed to work? That's why Reinhardt never lies? That I don't know who the hell father is? And yet Isaac looks like Reinhardt? This theory makes me confused why, like, Trifa doesn't know about this, because he's the only person that like have like Reinhardt's body, but you see what I mean, right? Okay, that just occurred to me. Is that even possible? The man body sank in the floor of the castle, vanishing without a trace. The two men were left in the hall of their own. Okay. Not sure what she meant? Not sure what she meant. So the body is gone, basically. It's got, like... So the spirit is gone and the body got melted into the castle, so I guess, like, Reinhardt can just, like, rebuild the body whatever he sits, I guess, or something. The two men were all in the hall on their own. Eleanor spoke up in a whisper, a host of indescribable feelings sipping her own. Lamentation, wrath, envy, fear. A whole range of emotions, all aimed at the person she found unable to comprehend. For as long as she lived, Eleanor von Wittenberg would refuse to acknowledge Lisa Brenner. The demonic flames raging in her eyes made that clear enough. In the end, who was the father? Despite drawing Lisa... Yeah! You just massaged at me there. Can we have the fucking answer? Despite the drawing Lisa answer, in the assault of flames deep in her heart, Eleanor wished to know the truth. So Lisa stood up and addressed her former friend. Valery did not die. He was merely torn away from the vessel. Okay. Still, it did not change the fact that she was evicted from the room and that Lisa now faced the Crimson Nightness alone. Anyone could realize that Lisa's position was hopeless, yeah, and only thing like she could hear and like trigger Eleanor like that is like, yeah, Reinhardt is the father, or something like that, you know. So obviously he's the father, but he don't know because he was not in the body. That's the newest theory. It's still no idea why Trifa doesn't know about this, but I will just leave the Fury for now like that. Because I don't know. How would he not know? This is weird. Still.
私が彼の死体を操ったよ。
Oh! Never... Never mind. Okay, I see the point now. Oh, a mask manifest. Oh. Holy shit. A mask manifested on Lisa's open palm. A trick of death, filling the whole room with the stench of graveyard.
確かに私はインプよ。最悪の。
A giant monster materialized out of the thin air.
けどあなたに文句を言われる。
So, whoa, oh, whoa, hold on a sec. Okay, 1 second. I need to process some stuff. Wait, hold the fuck. So, Reinhardt left his body. Okay, now it makes fucking sense. Reinhardt left his body. His body been basically a corpse. Trifa still was like in his own body back in the time, because we remember backstory. Yeah, we saw the young Trifa in the backstory. I remember now. We had like this like CG of him. Yeah. So Reinhardt's body was just a corpse basically without soul. So she just like used her like voodoo magic to manipulate the body to have sex with her. And they have kid with Reinhardt without him knowing this. What the actual fuck just happened? Okay. I did not... Okay. I guess that's Necromancer for you, okay? There was no hint of despair in Lisa's eyes. Despite of the hopelessness of her situation, she did not feel like backing down.
汚いとか卑怯とか女としてどうだとかあなたに何を言う資格があるのよエレオノール。
Kicking off the ground with tremendous explosion, the dead warrior langed on Eleanor with ghastly battle cry and speed art of lightning. At the same time, Lisa's scream pierced the sky with comparable vigor.
誠実じゃない。出し抜いた。笑わせないでよ。女の戦場に立ったことすらないくせに。あなたの感情なんて嫉妬ですらない。それを抱く前提条件。気持ちの形すらつかめていない分際で。
Okay, the problem is you cannot defeat Samuel. Like, last time she just like snapped the fingers and like Kain was like obliterated.
私に何かを言おうなんて60年以上遅いのよ。
Wow. A great sword, 3 meters of length, fell on Eleanor, spewing purple lightning of all angles. But before it could finish its arc, Eleanor stayed in place, taking a tremendous blow without even attempting to defend herself.
私は女の感情など知らん。複雑回帰で理不尽で成否も測れぬ壊れた代物。自己中心的な都合を正当化するためだけに振り回す。
Yeah.
狂った武器など知りたくもないし持ちたいとも思う。そうした意味で
Loyalty all over
私
else.
が貴様の戦場に立っておらぬというならそうなのだろうさ。
Eleanor did not exhale so much as a grunt when her right shoulder took a dead warrior blade. The blow decimated the floor below her feet, yet she brushed it off as if it was a mere jab of a stick. Her eyes slightly narrowed.
さしずめこれも貴様の言う戦場とやらに身を投じたバカ者か。
This is wonderful herself. Oh, she realized this is the Patrice. Oh shit.
ええ、そういうことになるんでしょう。
Wow. That's a wow. She realized that. The blade of the great sword, still shimmering in fierce purple lightning, both women understood what that meant. As such, there was no point in prolonging the conversation any further.
ではこうだ。
Yeah, Eleanor shook the cigar between her lips. In a single spark, crumbled down from it, touching the giant body during its descent. It was all that happened, and yet the dead warrior was instantly engulfed in violent crimson flames. Yep.
仮装してやろう。見るに耐えん。
Okay, so Yeah, the whole plan just went to shit. Like, Trifa was the only one who could like win or stalemate against Samuel. Lisa's going to die. Trifa's dead. I mean, Trifa's soul left Reinhardt's body. I don't know if like he got swallowed by the castle at this point, or he just like is like free spirit and just like walking around, or, like flying around, you know? Because he technically didn't die per se. He just left the divine vessel body because he couldn't contain it. That's kind of complicated, but you get what I mean, right? I'm not entirely sure if like Trifa got actually assimilated by Castle or not. And the difference between the strength of the two was nearly comical. The giant vanished within the flaming inferno, but even Lisa could escape the burns. She made Ragnar bird disappearing the moment the flames erupted, but that was not enough for her to escape the explosion scratched. Lisa staggered with a soundless wail on her lips, burns littering the entirety of her body. Eleanor meanwhile continued in a calm voice. Okay.
自ら破滅へ向かいながら断崖があるから悪いなどと抜かすな。貴様らの言う戦場とやらは崩落の上と変わらない。焼けた道中に立って踊り、焼死も墜落死も嫌だという黄金に救いを求めた。ならば魂を支払え。貴様らは盗人だ。焼かれる業がありながら火を恐れているたわけに過ぎん。そしてそんな知れ者に翼が生えることなど起こりえん。
They had bent the knee of Reinhard Heydrich once. They were beguiled by his power, scorched by its magnificence, and piled up countless bodies in the name of his glory.
ハイドリヒョウを倒す。その恵みを文字通りかすめ取り、天津さえお手に思っているような貴様がか。笑わせるなよ、ブレンナ。私は心底、貴様のことが気に入らん。
Honor cared not for the full circumstances, reasoning, and emotions. She would not even entertain the idea of acknowledging them. The crimson nightness, sipping in silent fury. How could you possibly defy the concept of honor to that extent?
物事には原因と結果がある。貴様の過去に今が答えを出したのだ。積み上げた屍は献上するのが道理だろう。すでに一度同じことに手を染めたね。
It wouldn't be the first time you. Countless rifles manifested behind Honor's back. Lisa felt as if an army of spears had been pointed at her neck, but she displayed no fear. She merely let out a sigh. Once in the past, she sacrificed his own flesh and blood to the gold, yeah. Beguiled by the promise of miracles, she let go of her own son. Yeah, I mean, technically not, because he doesn't really have like emotions to this. But yeah, he feels like kinda empty because he's still like craving for love. So yeah, you fucked it up. No minding the numerous muzzles pointed at her, Lisa tossed her head up and gazed at the ceiling. Did the heart of Valhalla, her soul, resent at its mother?
私はあの子が怖かった。その目を正面から見られなかった。だから、切り捨てたわ。あれは私の業で、補填で、あまりにも似すぎていた。
Yeah. Eleanor slightly furrowed her brows but remained silent. Lisa's words filled her with disgust and insulted all her ideas. Yet she would not bring herself to interrupt that woman. Unable to comprehend the peculiar sensation, Eleanor furrowed her brows even further. But all that did was irritate her further. And so, she forced her lips to part. Okay. Isaac, the first son in kind, possessed nothing. A fact that ought to surprise no one, for he lacked the very foundations of such things. Yeah, he's just like, I crave for love. I don't really understand this, but yeah, that's his like quotes, basically, from what I remember from the previous road. It was none other than Lisa who had made him so.
そうしたものは何かを奪われなければ発生しない。貴様は彼に
Yeah, he never possessed love from the beginning. Lisa bestowed upon him nothing. She gave him no foundations, and so there was no way emotions could have sprouted in the bastard who had possessed nothing to begin with. Yeah. He had nothing, thus he craved everything. Okay. I didn't thought about that he craved everything actually. I feel like he's not just craving for love, but maybe that was just my misunderstanding of the previous road. Maybe. In specific Isaac craving. Heaven and hell, God and Satan, all things in creation, from the first universe that was to the last that will ever be. Lisa made a tight smile. Her eyes glazed in the reckless of her past. Wow. Holy shit. Lisa is so good this episode. Wow. Yeah, if you will only like give him something, he wouldn't be such a heartless bastard just like Reinhardt. Yeah. So good. Nice. You hear that, Isaac? One of the rifles went off. Ooh.
重荷ゆえに捨てた事実を棚上げし、今更になって母親面か。私は女でないかもしれんが、貴様が腐っていることだけはよくわかる。世の女、世の母たる者、己がその代表者であるかのごとき主張。剣道、厚顔無知極まりない。端的に言おう、ブレンナ。バビロンはゲス。世を腐らせる悪徳の目しか生まん。
For successive shots pierced Lisa's shoulder, chest and belly, yet she took all without any hint of resistance.
醜いよ、ブレンナ。貴様、殉教する聖女にでもなったつもりか。ならばこそ、楽にはしなさい。肉の一片すら残さず無にしてやろう。己が在庫を食いるというなら、泣きわめいて絶望しろよ。それこそが子供たちへのレクイエムだ。
The quantity and speed of her shots kept increasing. By the time Eleanor ended her speech, Lisa was already fighting off a torrent of bullets. Yet she refused to fall. If anything, it seems like she's slowly advancing forward. What the hell? Lisa plot armor?
私が女として最低の部類なのは自覚している。
New CG of Lisa torn outfit?
偽善者なのも自業自得なのも、それを棚上げしているのも。本当に。どこの女性からどう言われても。
Who's going to fight Schreiber then? If she dies. By the time she had turned into a bloody mess, her tongue, teeth, and even local cords were utterly decimated. And still her voice rang clear and resolute. Holy shit. Whoa, that's confident face. Look at his eyes. Holy crap. This is so good. Step after step, she pressed ever onwards. Her voice grew ever closer. Eleanor couldn't believe what she glimpsed and heard through the torrent of bullets and cloud of smoke. inexplicable, unfathomable to the eerie level. Her common sense could not find explanation of this phenomenon.
逃げないでよ。
Wow. Eleanor realized that she was about to take a step back. She got scared of Lisa? Holy crap. That's the determination for you, huh? Oh, that was a Panzerfaust. A scream spewed from her lips as she launched a missile to decimate her foe once and for all. The incoming warhead, the sizzling conflagration, realizing that death was near, Lisa made a faint smile. The two could never see eye to an eye. Even a reunion after 60 long years had turned into a bloodbath. At this point, Lisa could only laugh. Reunion after reunion with who? After 60 years? I mean, oh, I guess like she means Samuel, right? I don't know for how long they didn't see each other. I guess like, yeah, 60 years because since like 45, World War II, they went to the other dimension and stuff. Yeah, okay, I get it. They fought all the time, they could not help competing. Yep, pretty much. Their BDM days were those of constant struggle against each other. I remember like this was... Like, you told me the comments like under like one of the very old episodes. I don't know if the comments exist under this episode even anymore, because how we lost the previous channel. But I think like you told me what that meant. Can you remind me of this like short? I don't remember what that was. What's the BDM? Those of constant struggle against each other. They even fought over who could wake up earlier. Those were naive and childish days. Whenever Lisa tried recalling the nostalgic radiance of those times, Eleanor would always pop up in her mind's eye, and that was the same for the Crimson Nightmares, was it not? You make my blood boil, Eleanor. Why do you keep popping up in all of my nice memories? I'm tired of constantly seeing that dumb mug of yours. Get off my head. Why couldn't she ignore her, despite detesting her so? Why was she still trying to compete with her at this point? The whole thing felt ridiculous. Hadn't they fought enough? Hadn't they competed enough? No matter how much their life changed. It seems like they simply could not get enough of going to each other's throats. Eleanor refused to acknowledge Lisa's way of life. Lisa refused to admit defeat against Eleanor. The stubbornness of the two reached unbelievable heights. What could have been the initial cause for this decade-spanning conflict? It didn't matter which one of them represented the correct bearing of the woman. There was no point for either of them to run for elections at this point, long after they abandoned the fatherland. Therefore, it was merely a vague feeling that they had unfinished business between each other that drove them forward. They both grew old, the many years swallowed by the river of time, yet still they refused to stop the fight, finding themselves racing at the very edge of hell. There was most likely something that the two had accidentally felt behind, and were now merely struggling to retrieve it. Wouldn't you agree, Eleanor? Eleanor declared, she would scorch to unflesh the bone little by little, that should make her cry out in despair. And never in her life had she gone against her word. She prided herself on saying all of her promise through to the end. So where had her dignity vanished? In that moment? Yeah. Why did she end up launching a Panzerfaust? Why did she decide to scorch the one in an instant? Would she have been in danger otherwise? Would she have damaged herself and she didn't make the decision? Had she not made that decision? No. The very notion that was impossible. The world would sooner turn upside down than a woman could hurt her. Yet she could not contain her anger. She felt an inexplicable sense of defeat come over her. This is interesting. They clashed and fought countless times, more than enough to make her sick of the ordeal. They were no longer child trying to outperform one another. How long would this senseless bickering continue? This is the CG from the breach. Both of them had long been fed up with it and lost interest, and yet they still found themselves unable to turn a blind eye to even the most meager of discords. You make me sick, brother. Every last thing about you rubs me the wrong way. But why was it so? The issue of the matter. Oh my god, the CG is oh my god, we are going to have full CG, aren't we? I love the CG. The issue of the matter might have lied within the fact that the two have never fought over anything truly childlike. They bricked over thousands of things, and yet alone seems to have slipped through their fingers. You see, Irae could be at words. A genuine little lady. And that was what the two lacked. Lisa youth, Eleanor's youth. Do you understand what we missed out on? Even though it was something natural for all young women. As such, refusing to go through the correct motions, the two ended up never growing up, remaining as the two callow brats, forever barred from the proper womanhood. Therefore, Lisa Brenner now craved to become a mother. Maria, Isaac, and the children in her heart. She wished to hold them all tight in her arms. And to do that, she had to settle the score with Eleanor once and for all. May this vile body of mine hold out for just a little while longer. Is Lisa going to pop off somehow? I mean, she have much, like, she doesn't have souls enough souls to, like, do anything to Eleanor. But they, like, Eleanor wavered. Maybe? What's going to happen? As the 100th shot ruptured, her prayer reached its target. A dry sound reverberated across the hall, neither caused by the bullet nor by explosion. It was small, almost inaudible compared to the thunder of gunfire that had dominated the room just moments before. Eleanor could not comprehend as to what could have caused this, nor why one of her cheeks suddenly grew numb. Oh? What did Lisa do to her? Holy shit.
言ったでしょ、エレオノール。あなたにだけはとやかく言われる覚えなんかないのよ。
What just happened? Wait, did she just slap her? Okay, this is holy shit. Wow, look at the shock on Samuel's face. It was not a dead, I mean, it could be as well deadly attack for Eleanor at this point. You know, she, like, Lisa just slapped her. What?
女の戦場に
Wow.
上がってすらいないあなたにだけは。
It was Lisa's hand, having suddenly emerged from the mantle of smoke and dust covering the air, that hit Eleanor's cheek.
結局あなたとは一回もちゃんと喧嘩ができなかった。
Oh, this is... Oh my god, this is so freaking awesome. And the soundtrack. Holy shit.
あなたはいつも
All Eleanor bullets found their mark. Lisa tried neither to dodge nor to defend against them. She simply endured, despite having suffered mortal wounds. She held on with an iron will to maintain her crumbling body, delaying the moment of her demise. That was no easy feat. At this point, it was nothing short of miracle, exceeding any reason known to man. As such, Eleanor failed to comprehend it, allowing herself to be hit straight in the face. Yeah. Lisa, you freaking... Oh my god. If there was an expression to describe what led to this outcome, it would have to be sheer feminine tenacity, for indeed it lay beyond the comprehension of the Crimson Knightness. who had cast aside her womanhood.
あなたの本音は一度も見てない。外面を取り繕ってかっこつけて火の打ちどころがない正論だけを武装しているバカ。
These are like real mind wounds here. God damn it. Emotional damage is real.
その下に隠れた本当のあなたはただの臆病者よ。
Whew.
エレオノーレ。
Lisa Brenner was a repugnant woman. The concept of ethics itself would condemn her. And it was true. She could not deny it. Yet neither did she wish to listen to those that used her, bearing to justify the wrath.
私のことが嫌いならちゃんと嫌いな理由にまっすぐでいなさいよ。社会がどうとか国家がどうとかもっともらしい理由をつけていつも逃げてる。好きな男を取られたのが悔しい。
Wow.
要はそれだけなんでしょ。
Eleanor said nothing. There was no way for Lisa to tell what was going on in her mind. Nonetheless, the Crimson Knights did not attempt to deny an accusation. That was how she expressed mercy during the final moments of her once comrade's life. Or was she merely rendered speechless by the ridiculousness of the comment? I think it's that. Or could it be she really had no words to retort it with? Or what? All it was clear that she failed to deny Lisa in that moment. Lisa, robbed of the last of her strength, sank down onto Eleanor's chest.
私たち
You can't do this to me.
ろくなものじゃなかったけれど。
Are you serious? This fight is... Oh my god. This is the best fight ever. Oh my god, Lisa. You can't make me tear up for Lisa. Not like that. Not like that. Please. This is freaking amazing.
もしもそんな理由で喧嘩ができれば
A proper fight.
素敵だったと思わない。
勝手な話だ。
A denial, yet it carried an odd sense of timidity.
貴様もキルヒアイゼン。そういうところが気に食う。はあ。だから女は嫌いなんだ。それしか頭にないらしい。貴様らの脳内では男に抱かれない女は惨めな敗者ということにでもなっているのだろう。人生など人の数だけあるというのに。
じゃあ抱かれたいと思ったことは
Wow. Lisa being fucking real here.
あるさ。
And Eleanor as well, holy crap. Eleanor answered the question without hint of hesitation.
むしろ常に思っている。だが私のそれは貴様らの言う甘ぬるいものではない。欲しいのはぬくもりでなく炎。私を焦がす輝きに英語を焼かれていたいだけだ。
また情熱的な。
好きに勘ぐれ。貴様はゲスだがその意地とやらに不覚を取った。ならば敬意を払うことに嫌はない。眠るがいいブレンナー。私と喧嘩がしたいのなら以後いくらでもできる。
I mean, she's going to be part of Castle. Technically, she can be revived, right?
ここにハイドリヒ教が終わった
Yeah. But in response to the parting line,
だから残念だっていう
because
の。
Reinhardt will be no longer, because she believed that Reynolds will win. I don't know, I have no idea how, but maybe. Lisa only made a faint smile.
ごめんなさい。やっと抱いてあげられるわね。
God damn it.
私が言ってあげるから。どうか。
The little castle trembled in the wake of her fading voice. For a moment, the demonic structure appeared like the giant cradle, with the newborn babe peacefully listening to its mother lullaby inside. Oh my god, that hurts. Oh. Isaac! Lisa! Holy crap. Isaac shook his head in response to the scream of the soul he had absorbed. Well, in truth, he could not literally proceed with such an action. He had no real body to speak of. He was merely a part of the whirling chaos. A mere drop in the ocean, but also heart, the most important cog of the mechanism. Yeah. Therefore, he could now understand. A new drop fell into the ocean that he supervised, the resulting ripple telling him of everything that transpired. I see. And so Isaac, the core of the Devil Castle, melded into a new soul into its thick walls. Molded a new soul. He had nothing else. He felt nothing else. He was simply that kind of being, and molding anything into anything new that fell onto his sea was but a natural process for him. And he would continue to do so until his being overflowed, emanated, and swallowed all there was in the world. Maintaining the sea, this castle, was the Gear's sole duty. And that was why, despite realizing that he had swallowed his own mother, he felt nothing in particular. Yeah, okay. So still no emotion, huh? Joy, sorrow, resentment, wrath, or desolation. None of it colored his psyche. Unable to feel exhaustion or boredom, he merely quivered in the synchrony of the ripple, that was all. He loved all and everything. Thus he swallowed without discrimination, and would be equal before the swirling chaos of Wetfall. All would be equal, yeah. From a newborn babe grieving for its mother's milk, to a veiled criminal despised by all of mankind. Mankind, the favorite of the god children, was that kind of being. Or at least, that's how it had been until now. Interesting. Everything should have ended here, and yet... Oh? A slight incongruity. He kept turning like the diligent gear he was, proceeding with the operation like the well-oiled machine. Yet he suddenly became aware of the aberration within his system. Oh. Oh wow, is this Lisa's soul that's crying? Or was it scream? An odd creak escaped Isaac, being as he rotated according to the usual protocol. The turning of gears would generate sound, so that there was nothing odd with the occurrence. Such a concept was not applicable to his being. It was only true in the world ruled by common physical laws. The same did not apply to the sea under his supervision. The melody of grinding gears meant but one thing: aberration. They would clash against each other and scream in agony, as parts of them ended up eroding to nothingness. That's why regular gears would only hold for a couple of years, and required constant maintenance and replacing. No mechanical parts that caused sound could malfunction for an eternity. As such, what on earth could have happened? No change occurred in Isaac. He felt nothing. Yet he could feel aberration in his being. In other words, there was someone else who cried within himself. In that case... He finally remembered that he swallowed someone else in his aloofness. I mean the two gears currently within himself. Trifa? Wait, Trifa's crying? Or what? Okay, I'm confused. Yeah! Okay. Oh wait, no, wait. Oh, he swallowed Rhea. Oh! We haven't said that. Well, that was off screen. The Devil Castle trembled. Isaac and Sonnenkind paused to... This is the first time we see his full name, I think. Isaac Eins Sonnenkind. Never heard his full name, I think. paused to ponder as how to treat his phenomenon that cast a shadow upon his duty.
お前がそのまま泣き続ければ、いずれ私たちは削れて消える。
That's why they could not remain as eternal gears. Isaac could not fulfill his mission bestowed upon him by the gold.
いらぬ何かを持っているのか。
The girl possessed something he was bereft of.
私は母様を知らぬ。
But the girl did, yeah.
故に泣くのか。
Yeah. Hence, he would erode.
いいだろう。ならばその愛、この私が飲み込む。
Okay. Oh, oh, oh! Isaac opened his eyes. Okay, he's getting serious now. They sparkled in gold, as if able to see through everything. Yet they looked at nothing. Beauty and ugliness, holiness and villainess, all were equal, no more special than rocks and trees before his gaze. The eyes that Lisa Brenner could not bear to look straight into. The eyes that were the reason he turned out like this. He received no alternative, nor the emotions to resent or lament the fact. As such, Isaac was on the verge of devouring the forbidden fruit. He desired to know its taste. No differences should have been allowed between sullen kinds.
お前も私と同じにしている。
Yeah, that's basically what happened in the previous road. Rhea became like mindless basically until Isaac been gone because of Reinhardt. I wonder if this is going to be similar.
いや、
What made his voice tremble? Or was that a sneer? He loved all and everything. Thus he swallowed without discrimination. All would be equal before the swirling chaos of Vetfall. From the newborn babe grieving... This is the same we read. Criminal despite of all mankind. And yet...
私が憎いの？
Okay. That was Rhea voice, right? I think. That was like too loud for Rhea, but I assume that was Rhea? Because who else? Lisa Brenner melted into the castle, causing a ripple of violent motherhood to wash over it. The very same feeling she harbored towards Rhea Himuro. If Isaac indeed felt resentment towards the girl, then that made him unworthy of the title of Sonnenkind, the most beloved of the Gold's children. Okay? Is the castle going to crumble now?
地獄を知れ。テレジ。
May you know hell. A slight aberration that occurred due to the barely perceptible creak. Yet there was enough to upset the gears of the castle's heart. In that castle, he had to reevaluate his concept of hell. Okay. It was the lowest word of defining screams that sinners would be cast into after their inevitable demise. That was about it. What did the words lowest and screams meant in its context? Torment. Treading a mountain of needles, swimming in the sea of flames, crawling through the valley of ice. Anyone with the semblance of imagination would come up with the countless image at will, and none were wrong. In other words, hell was where one died over and over again. If it was indeed a place prepared to punish sinners of their transgressions, then making this as undesirable as possible made sense. However, depending on the time or place, the concept of good and evil could change. There was less trustworthy law, devised by mortals. What would be the factors that led one to be cast into the mountain of needles, sea of flames, or the valley of ice? Isaac had no penchant for riddles, and so gave a straight answer. It was all the result of their own choice. The master of the castle, the Gold, was not preparing a different trial for every soul that ended up in his ward. Everyone had been free to choose where they go themselves. They would find kindred spirit and mold with them, thus become a scaffold to the castle, strengthening its foundations. They would create their own places of torture, and there they would constrain themselves with the causes of their death. What led to the deaths? Were they too aggressive, too passive, or just unlucky? Besides birds of a feather flocked to death together, their essence would merge and resonate, creating new lives as it amplified. In short, those that died in the fire would continue to burn forever. They would continue killing each other with the sympathy in their hearts. Okay. So this is like definition of like a Reinhardt castle, I guess, right? Like, what happens exactly when soul is swallowed? Like, they have still technically a free will of like whatever they're going to do inside the castle? Kinda. Is that it? Whenever or not they were conscious of it, the fact changed a little that they all walked the path stained with blood and strife. Those who slayed a being that wasn't their kindred, and thus alien to their own amalgam, forced their beings into a separate hell and would be graced with the honor of being called an irae. Yep, okay. That was how this castle had been made. Thus Theresia, who should only obey the same law. A clap of hands celebrated among the gears, and...
では、地獄巡りを始めよう。ラ・ディビーナ・コメディア。
Okay. Oh. A sudden sensation of falling jolted her awake.